So what do you think is the biggest mistake Black families make in this financial game?
Not being educated about money, being scared to talk about money, not sitting down with a financial professional, not
being properly insured,
not being properly.
and not preparing for their death.
Yep. I'm having that discussion with my parents are trying to dodge that discussion now. I'm like, hey.
Well, you know, it's taboo.
Yeah,
Taboo.
it is.
So breaking that taboo stands right now. Like we have to have family discussions.
We have to talk about it. I mean, like I was talking to my aunt. She's here in Nashville, and Chicago is home. And so in my mind, she would want to go back to Chicago to be buried because we have one more plot left, and she's the oldest person living amongst the group that purchased it. She told me, I don't want to go back to Chicago. And I said, well, damn, I'm glad I said something because
Right,
I
you
sure would
going.
have thought that's where you would be going. I'm like, well, where do you want to go?
Right.
And she's like, I don't know yet. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
like somebody needs to have that conversation. And unfortunately, well, she's not my mother, so it's not my responsibility to handle that. But I feel like it's going to become my responsibility because I'm the woman of the group. Her sons, I don't really see them, taking that on. But if you don't have the conversation with me, then I can't assume that that's my job, and so I'm gonna fall back. Right. But yeah, it's important to have these conversations. And so I felt like, I need to get her to have this conversation. So I was telling her, like, I'm trying to figure out where I want to be because while we live here in Nashville, I don't really feel like I want to be buried here. But I don't see going home. And so I was like, well, maybe that's because my plan has been to live abroad. I want to, I told the kids, like, when we leave Nashville, like, I'm trying to be in the motherland and just come back to the States to travel during HBCU homecomings, and just check on the property, like,
you say travel for HBCU homecomings.
I'm serious, like, because I didn't go to all of them when I was in undergrad. So I got some homecomings that I need to, to check out.
Yeah. I would say another big mistake is that not being properly educated about how money works.
Yeah.
So whether you're doing right now, whether you're doing cryptocurrency, whether you're doing stocks, there's books for every damn thing. There's Google for everything. We have to seek that knowledge. That YouTube, like you have to do the research, ask the right questions, work with the professional, and just do your research. I mean, that it is a necessity that we be financially educated about how money works. You really want to close this racial wealth gap. Personally, community-wise, we just have to do a whole lot more research. Not be scared of it. It's not as complicated as people make it sound. It's not. I like that Earn Your Leisure podcast. They do a lot of good stuff around.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
money. I don't agree with everything that everybody says, and you won't. But you take the good, you take what works for you. Take some of the stuff you agree with us, apply it. It's all good. You know what I mean? But that's right now not having the proper insurance in place, not educating yourself about it, being scared about your current financial situation, fear.